Bloomsbury, one of the quietest but most beautiful districts of central London, famous for its literary connections, Georgian streets and garden squares, and of course the British Museum. Bedford Square was built in 1775 and is one of many streets in this area that is named after the Duke of Bedford and his family, who once owned all of the land around here. A little further away on, past the homes of Charles Darwin and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Senate House, the first skyscraper built in London in 1932, an inspiration for the Ministry of Truth in George Orwell's 1984. Gordon Square, one-time meeting place of the Bloomsbury Group, whose illustrious members included Virginia Woolf, John Maynard Keynes and E.M. Forster. Their modern attitudes to feminism, economics, pacifism and sexuality deeply influenced the early 20th century and beyond. Tavistock Square was already 70 years old when Gandhi was here, and since then the gardens have become an unofficial peace park, with memorials to the victims of nuclear warfare in Japan and another to conscientious objectors all over the world. Sadly, on the 7th of July 2005, it was also the location of the London suicide bombing on the double-decker bus. Probably the largest and most famous of the Bloomsbury squares is Russell Square, beautiful and popular all year round, with locals and tourists alike. Personally, I like the bold colours of autumn the best. There are literary locations everywhere you go in Bloomsbury. A little way down the road, we reach Coram's Field, site of the then revolutionary Children's Foundling Hospital, and often supported by creative talents of times gone by. Nearby is Great Ormond Street Hospital. The world-famous hospital for children still receives royalties from its one-time local resident, J.M. Barrie, and his classic work, Peter Pan. Everyone who was anyone in the world of literature lived, or at least visited, Bloomsbury, and you'll never know what you might find in this unspoilt neighbourhood. Bloomsbury was once home to many of the leading figures in the suffragette movement at the turn of the 20th century. As well as all of the grand parks and beautiful streets, you'll come across lots of hidden lanes and small gardens in Bloomsbury. The crown jewel in Bloomsbury is of course the British Museum. The museum opened in 1759 as a universal museum, although it did not become fully open to the public until 1857. Today, over 230 million items are housed on various sites around London and are visited by millions of tourists. The streets around the British Museum are full of historical bookshops and shops of curiosities. Aleister Crowley used to live here, a prolific writer, painter, occultist and magician. His quirky legacy is just part of the rich heritage of Bloomsbury.